Hey, if you're looking to get your horse fitted in style, you might want to check out this saddle maker.
Yeah, Cody is live in Wilton getting ready to giddy up. Hi, Cody.
Giddy up indeed. Oh man, I have been searching for Paul for a couple of Franusich. I've been searching for you for a couple years. I ran into somebody that they had this saddle and it was so beautiful, and I was like, "Where did you get that?" And they told me you, and I was like, "I got to find Paul." So now I found Paul, and you are a saddle-holic, an admitted saddle-holic.
I am.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit of how you got started in making saddles.
Well, first of all, I had a book on saddle making, and I, owned some saddles. And so I read the book, and then I studied about making it, and I got the materials and made the saddle.
Yeah.
Got the tree from Dave Silva, a saddle maker. That way he, let me know what to get.
And then you started working. Who did you start working for?
Jim Strong.
Jim Strong, yeah.
Yeah, he was a master saddle maker. He, everything he did was perfect. That's why I can do what I can today, thanks to him. Yeah.
The intricate work on your saddles, I'm telling you, these are not only functional, but they're works of art.
Yeah, they're functional art.
Yeah, they're just so beautiful. So what is this called, this little piece that you got right here?
That's a flower, and then there's a leaf. It's scroll work around it. There's the leaves and stems and stuff like that.
I swear you can look at this and you can see the love in all this, because it's like every stitch.
It takes a lot of time. You do a careful job,
Well, as you mentioned, it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
How long from like the beginning, and you're starting to work on it, and then to the final process?
Well, going really fast. One time it took me 4 hours to do a full-size fender in a flower stamp. It was already carved out and everything, and there was two of them. Each one took 4 hours, and that was a long time ago. But I was going, as fast as I could go.
But now it's a couple months, right?
Yeah.
It takes time. Do it right. Over the years, there's something strange that happens to your saddles. Like you'll sell a saddle, and somehow they boomerang back to you.
That happens, because people sell their saddles, and somebody else ends up with them, or they'll bring them back for repair.
Yeah.
Or to have another one made just like it.
Fantastic, Paul. Okay, so coming up, he's going to show us how he does it. You're going to share the secret, right?
Yep.
Okay, we're going to show you the process of how he makes a saddle, and I'm telling you, this man, he has forgotten more about saddles than any of us will ever know. Back to you guys in the studio.
Right on. Thanks, Code.
And welcome back. Cody's Caravan in Wilton today. We're hanging out with Paul Franusich. That you've been making saddles for 50 years now. 50 years.
Yes, I have.
So this is the same process that you use is what the old school. This is the way saddles have always been made, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But nowadays they do have commercial saddles and stuff. They come out, but they don't have that authenticity. They don't have that detail that
they're made real quick. They're like assembly line, and everything's for speed.
Yeah.
In the sewing machines, they go at a high speed.
You don't go at a high speed.
No, I take my time.
Okay, so let's break this down. I want to teach people and teach me a little bit about how you do this. So this is the horn. I had never seen one broken down like this before. I didn't know what it looked like underneath all the leather.
Yeah, your framework is usually the real good saddles. They're made with wood. They're laminated fork, and then you've got the bars and the cantle. And then it's covered with a heavy rawhide, and that gives you your strength for when you use it.
And there's different types of leather and different layers to it, right?
Yeah, there's different layers, but you've got to build the front end up some, and according to what the customer wants, and then you use skirting leather for that, and for like latigo tie straps or strings, you'll use a latigo leather, which is an oil tanned leather, and it'll take the use more, better, and it doesn't get hard as quickly as And of course, skirting, when you get done with the saddle, you've got to treat it with oil. You can't just leave it, like that. and that's what helps it, last.
Yeah. And
Prevents,
so this is some of the needlework and some of the press work that you're doing right here. Tell us a little about that.
yeah. This is made with one single tool here. You stamp one after another in a row, but the leather has to be the right wetness. You can't have it too dry or too wet.
Mm.
And when you stamp down, you want to see darkness. It's, dark. And, just like here, you see how that's sort of dark?
Yeah.
That's because the leather was at the right moisture content.
Oh, man.
And then, of course, here you have this one tool and you go across one after another. And same with here. First of all, you put your border in. And you can start that with your dividers, see to get, how wide you want your border. And then your dividers, you make sure you get it perfect.
Man, you must be really good at puzzles. Because what I'm looking at is a puzzle.
Yeah, well, I'm used to it, so it's easy.
It is amazing. If people want to order a saddle, or they've got a saddle that need repaired, you do that as well.
Yes.
How do they get in touch with you?
I'm on the internet, so you can look at my internet site, and it'll give you the number.
I think I got that popped up on screen.
Yeah. Otherwise, you can just call. My number is 916-687-7488, and that's a saddle shop number.
Okay, and remember, he takes his time because this is art. This is art. So if you're thinking about getting a saddle, it's going to take a little time. It'll take a little time, so just keep that in mind. More about making saddles and this life, this incredible life that you've lived because you took this on. I think it's fascinating. Back to you guys. I honestly, I am so geeked out. This is amazing. This is amazing. By the way, this is not just a saddle. This is Paul's resume. So when you wanted to learn more about the craft, you took this in to show it to him.
Yeah, when it was brand new, and then I went to work for Jim.
He just pulled the saddle up, plopped it down. Okay, I want to talk about reclaiming and making an old saddle new. This one right here is a great example.
Yeah. So what I did with this saddle, it was an extremely low cantle saddle from the 50s, and I built it up to like about a 4-inch cantle and put this roll on it, and I also put new skirts on it, these round skirts.
And it was square, right?
Yeah, it was square, and they were sort of deteriorated, and I put buck rolls on, wrapped the horn, and I put a new rigging in and new fenders and all new straps and things like that. So the
idea with a saddle, in talking with you this morning, is that you want to be a part of the horse. You don't want to be fighting the saddle. You don't want to have to cinch it up. You want it to fit perfectly.
Right. Yeah, that's right. You want it to fit so you don't have to cut your horse in two to get it to stay on. And if it's bad enough, even if you cinch it real tight, it's not going to hold. You rope something and it'll go over to the side. And
then when you were talking about the back of this and how you raised it, for a while there it was real popular to have a short back on it.
Back in the 50s, more or less 50s, 60s, early part of the 60s, they had real low cantles because of the rodeo and like that. So guys would use them for everyday work too.
And that's no good on your back. It
doesn't give you as much security and like that. But things have changed, so the cantles have come up. Like with everything.
Like everything, fashion changes all the time, right? Fashion changes.
And it's more practical too.
Do you mind if I show off some of your belts?
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so not only does he make saddles, but he makes incredible belts. Look at the work and the detail in these things. Isn't that beautiful? Paul, seriously, you are an artist, my friend.
Well, thank you.
So how do you do? Is that taking a tool and pressing down on the?
Yeah,
on the
you
leather?
stamp it. You have a mallet, rawhide mallet, and you hit it. You've got to hit it pretty hard. For each, you might hit it more than once too.
Just absolutely amazing. Paul, thank you so much. Once again, if you have a saddle, you need to have it repaired, or if you're looking for a new saddle, what do they need to do? How do they contact you?
You can look on the internet, and it gives all my information. I've got a site there under Franusich Saddlery, and it'll give you the number you need to call and all that. So.
All right.
Yep.
Man, I'm learning some stuff today. Coming up in the 10 o'clock hour, we're going to show you some of the tools he uses. You talking about somebody getting geeky. I went nuts over the tools. I really did. But Cody's Caravan, we're always looking to meet new people. But if you've been at your business like Paul has, and you've been doing this for 50 years, I want to learn. So let me know. Good day at kmaxtv.com. Back to you guys in the studio.
Awesome. I feel like, Cody, I can smell the leather from here. How good does it smell in there?
Oh, my goodness. It smells so good. Sean and I both walked in. We're like, oh, it smells so good. It smells so good.
It's so familiar, too. Just the smell of a leather saddle, you know? All right, Codes, thank you.